Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. We're going to explore comprehensive security with Microsoft Entra ID and conditional access. The title of our presentation is Comprehensive Security with Microsoft Entra ID and Conditional Access. We'll be discussing how to protect cloud environments through advanced authentication, effective policy management, and risk-based access control. Over the next few slides, I'll guide you through the key strategies and tools that can help strengthen your security posture. Let's get started. Let's take a closer look at the role of Entra ID authentication and conditional access. These tools are fundamental in safeguarding your organization's data and applications. They work by verifying the identity of users before they gain access and by enforcing security policies to ensure only authorized individuals can reach sensitive resources. In today's environment, Microsoft 365 and cloud platforms face a variety of threats. Phishing attempts, malware infections, ransomware attacks, business email compromises, and even unauthorized changes to Active Directory groups are all common challenges. These threats can lead to data breaches or operational disruptions, which is why robust security measures are more critical than ever. By implementing Entra ID authentication and conditional access, you're creating a layered defense that not only validates users, but also adapts to different risk scenarios. This is a key part of a comprehensive security strategy that helps protect your organization from evolving cyber threats. So let's talk about what Entra ID authentication actually is. Essentially, it's a comprehensive security solution that's built with the cloud in mind. It's designed to work seamlessly with modern cloud applications, helping to protect user identities in a way that's both secure and flexible. Because it's cloud-first, it supports protocols like OpenID Connect, OAuth, and SAML. These are industry-standard protocols that ensure safe sign-ins across Microsoft 365 and other cloud services. This means users can sign in securely without hassle, regardless of the application they're using. Another key point is that access isn't granted blindly. Instead, Entra ID supports conditional access, so access is only given when all specified conditions are met according to your company's security rules. This adds an extra layer of security by reducing the chances of unauthorized access. And finally, Entra ID authentication verifies who you are by checking multiple factors: your identity, the device you're using, your location, and even risk factors that could indicate suspicious activity. This thorough verification process helps ensure that only the right people get access to your organization's resources. Let's take a closer look at the authentication flow in Entra ID. First, it allows users to sign in securely from anywhere without relying on on-premises infrastructure. This means greater flexibility and easier access for users, no matter where they are. Next, it simplifies the login process by enabling a single sign-on for multiple applications. Users don't have to remember different credentials for each app, which really streamlines their experience. Security is also enhanced by encouraging the use of biometrics or device-based authentication methods instead of traditional passwords. This not only makes login more convenient, but also more secure. Entra ID then evaluates various factors like device compliance, user location, and overall risk level to determine whether access should be granted. If needed, additional verification steps are taken to ensure both speed and security. This flow highlights a cloud-first approach to authentication, combining single sign-on, passwordless methods, and post-sign-in evaluations. All of these elements work together to create a seamless, secure, and flexible access experience for users. Understanding conditional access is a crucial part of our security strategy. It helps us protect our organization while still enabling flexible work environments. The goal is to balance security with user productivity, ensuring that our team can work efficiently without compromising safety. Conditional access enforces policies such as requiring multi-factor authentication, or MFA, which adds an extra layer of security. It can also block access from risky locations or devices, further strengthening our defenses. These policies are designed to adapt based on the context, which makes our security smarter and more responsive. The system relies on signals about the user's identity and the risk level associated with a specific access attempt. These signals are used to make real-time decisions, whether to grant or block access, based on the policies we've set. Think of conditional access as a security guard for our cloud apps. It evaluates not just who you are, but also where you are and what device you're using before allowing entry. This layered approach ensures that only trusted users and devices can access sensitive resources, aligning with our overall goal of maintaining a secure yet flexible digital environment. Let's talk about licensing and permissions for conditional access. These are essential because they allow organizations to implement security measures that are tailored specifically to their needs. Without the right licenses, it's difficult to fully leverage the power of conditional access. Now, one key point is that licensing isn't just about access. It's about enabling you to customize your security strategies effectively. For example, third-party tools like Do Security can complement Microsoft Entra ID by verifying device health and offering extra multi-factor authentication options. These tools help strengthen your overall security posture. Moving on, managing conditional access policies requires specific administrative roles. Roles such as Conditional Access Administrator, Security Administrator, or Global Administrator are crucial because they give the right level of oversight and control. Proper role assignment ensures policies are implemented correctly and managed securely. Lastly, let's touch on licensing requirements. To create custom conditional access policies, you need at least a Microsoft Entra ID P1 license. If you want to implement risk-based policies that respond dynamically to user or device risk levels, then a P2 license is necessary. Knowing these requirements helps ensure your organization is properly equipped to deploy effective security policies. Let's talk about preparing your environment for Entra ID and conditional access. The first step is to ensure you have a Microsoft Entra tenant set up with the appropriate licenses, such as P1, P2, or even a trial version. This is really the foundation. Without it, you can't effectively implement conditional access policies. Next, you'll want to designate the right admin roles, like Global Admin or Conditional Access Administrator. These roles are crucial because they give you the permissions needed to manage and enforce your policies properly. It's also important to identify which user groups will be affected by these policies and which should be excluded. Targeting specific groups helps ensure your policies are applied where needed, without causing unnecessary disruptions to others. Applying conditional access policies broadly across your applications can simplify management and boost security. By doing so, you reduce potential vulnerabilities and make it easier to oversee your security posture. Finally, I recommend using the report-only mode when testing new policies. This allows you to see how policies would affect your environment without actually impacting users. It's a smart way to catch and fix issues before full deployment. Let's take a closer look at security, defaults versus custom policies. When we talk about comprehensive security with Microsoft Entra ID and conditional access, we're really focusing on how you can tailor your security measures to fit your organization's specific needs. With custom policies, you get the ability to target specific users, groups, or applications, giving you granular control over who can access what and under what conditions. This means you can set up flexible multi-factor authentication requirements and generate detailed reports to monitor activity closely. On the other hand, custom policies are ideal when you have complex security requirements that need a tailored approach. They allow you to implement very specific rules to meet compliance standards or unique business needs. Now, for organizations that want quick, baseline protection, say, just ensuring all users have MFA enabled and blocking legacy authentication, security defaults are a great choice. They're easy to enable and don't require deep security expertise, making them perfect for fast deployment. So, if you need instant security measures for the whole organization, choosing security defaults is the way to go. But if your environment demands more precise control and customization, then custom policies will serve you better. Ultimately, both options help you strengthen your security posture, but they cater to different levels of complexity and control. Now, let's walk through creating and managing conditional access policies in Microsoft Entra ID. First, you want to navigate to the Microsoft Entra Admin Center. From there, go to the Protection section and select Conditional Access. This is where all the magic happens in terms of controlling access based on various conditions. Next, you'll click on Create New Policy. It's important to assign a clear and descriptive name to each policy so you can easily identify its purpose later. Once you've named it, you'll select the users or groups that this policy will target. This helps ensure you're applying the right controls to the right people. After that, you'll target specific apps or resources that the policy will affect. This way, you're customizing access based on the particular services or data involved. Then, you'll define the assignments by specifying conditions like device state, location, client applications, or sign-in risk levels. These conditions are crucial because they allow you to tailor your policies to specific scenarios, enhancing both security and user experience. Finally, you'll choose the appropriate access controls. You can decide to grant or block access, require multi-factor authentication, or enforce other security measures. Remember, clear nomming and thoughtful conditions make ongoing management much easier, helping you maintain a strong security posture without unnecessary complexity. Overall, this process allows you to create dynamic, precise policies that protect your organization while accommodating various user needs and scenarios. Now, let's look at some best practices for creating strong policies. First, leveraging conditional access templates can really speed up the process. These templates help streamline policy creation and ensure consistency across your entire environment, making management much easier. Next, it's important to use clear and consistent policy names. This might seem simple, but it makes a big difference when you're trying to identify and manage policies quickly and efficiently. Another key point is to exclude service accounts and service principals from your policies. This approach helps maintain service continuity and prevents disruptions in automated processes or critical services. You also want to exclude emergency access accounts from your policies. This is a safeguard to prevent accidental lockouts and to ensure that administrators can regain access when needed, especially during critical situations. Finally, always require multi-factor authentication for all users, particularly for administrators. This extra layer of security significantly reduces the risk of unauthorized access and helps protect your organization's assets. Together, these best practices help build a strong, secure, and manageable policy framework that aligns with your overall security goals. Let's take a look at some common example policies we can implement to enhance our security. First, we might target all users with a policy that excludes those who need legacy authentication, and in this case, we would block Exchange ActiveSync for them. It's a good idea to start by using report-only mode to test the impact of this policy before fully enforcing it. This way, we can identify any issues and ensure a smooth rollout. Moving on to the second policy, we focus on blocking legacy authentication entirely. This policy can be assigned to all administrators, requiring them to use multi-factor authentication for access. We plan to enforce this starting October 15, 2024, specifically for the Azure portal, the Entra Admin Center, and the Intune Admin Center. These examples highlight how targeted policies, combined with phased testing, can significantly improve our security posture while minimizing disruption. They also demonstrate the importance of protecting admin access with MFA, especially as we phase out less secure authentication methods. Now, let's talk about testing and monitoring your policies to ensure everything runs smoothly. First, sign-in diagnostic tools and error messages are incredibly helpful for troubleshooting issues as they arise. They allow us to quickly identify problems without disrupting user access, helping to keep the system functioning seamlessly. Next, we have sign-in logs and the Conditional Access Insights Workbook. These are powerful for tracking access attempts, especially when access is blocked. They also help us spot risky sign-ins, giving us a clearer picture of potential security threats and enabling better monitoring. Moving on, a cautious approach to deployment is essential. That's where ring-based deployment comes in. Starting with small user groups allows us to control the rollout and observe how policies perform before expanding further. This gradual approach minimizes risks and ensures stability. We also have the report-only mode, which is a great way to monitor policy impact without actually blocking users. It helps us assess how policies will behave in real-world scenarios without affecting user experience. Finally, the Conditional Access What-If tool is invaluable for simulating sign-ins. It lets us preview how policies will impact users before they go live, giving us confidence that everything is set up correctly. By using these testing and monitoring strategies, we can maintain a secure environment while ensuring a smooth user experience. Now, let's talk about ongoing maintenance and policy updates. It's really important to set reminders to audit your policies every few months. This helps us maintain a strong security posture over time. Regular audits are crucial because they allow us to identify and address potential vulnerabilities before they become bigger issues. Scheduled policy audits ensure that as your environment evolves, whether you're adding new apps, users, or devices, your policies stay up to date and effective. This continuous evaluation helps us adapt quickly to changes in your business landscape. Another key point is using risk-based policies. By evaluating risk scores in real time, we can dynamically adjust access permissions. This means access is only granted when it aligns with the current risk level, adding an extra layer of security. Finally, it's essential to regularly review and update policies to respond to new security threats and business changes. Staying proactive in this way keeps your environment secure and compliant, supporting your overall security strategy. Let's now look at some common issues you might encounter and how to troubleshoot them effectively. First, enabling Microsoft Entra Identity protection is essential. This tool helps us detect and block attacks early, significantly enhancing our security against unauthorized access attempts. When dealing with brute force attacks, it's useful to leverage the What-If tool to test our policies. Adding emergency access accounts can also be a good safety net if needed. This approach helps us identify potential access issues before they become major problems. If users are being blocked by conditional access policies, the solution often involves resetting and reconfiguring the affected applications. This simple step can resolve many access problems and restore smooth operation. Now, for issues with the Authenticator app, the first step is to verify the user's contact information and ensure there's no spam or carrier issues that might interfere with receiving verification codes. Confirming this helps us make sure users get their codes without delay. In cases where users report no verification code, it's crucial to verify that they have registered their phone or email for MFA. Without this registration, multi-factor authentication can't function properly, so ensuring this setup is complete is key. By staying vigilant about these common issues and knowing how to troubleshoot them, we can maintain a secure and seamless environment for our users. Now, let's look at the key benefits of Entra ID and conditional access. First, they provide comprehensive security. By leveraging Microsoft Entra ID, we can reduce our reliance on outdated legacy systems and simplify IT management overall. This not only streamlines operations, but also helps us stay agile. At the same time, these solutions optimize our resources without compromising security standards, which is crucial in today's fast-paced environment. One of the core strengths is continuous verification, constantly checking user identities, devices, and locations to ensure that only authorized individuals gain access. This approach adopts a trust-nothing mindset, strengthening our security posture against threats. Moving to user convenience, Features like single sign-on and passwordless options make access much easier, reducing login frustrations and improving user experience. Additionally, we can tailor policies to meet specific regulatory requirements and industry standards. Customizable settings give us granular control over compliance, ensuring we meet all necessary guidelines. When it comes to security threats, Entra ID and conditional access can stop attacks in their tracks, blocking risky sign-ins and providing robust protection against unauthorized access. Overall, these benefits work together to create a secure, efficient, and user-friendly environment that aligns perfectly with our overall security strategy.